days of jail time served.
Mr. Hinton?
Thank you, Your Honor. In this particular case, my client pled guilty to being in possession of stolen property. He's learned quite a bit from this. I was speaking with him prior to the hearing regarding new employment that he has and the extra steps that he's taking, the questions that he's asking, so that if he's ever suspicious of cargo, that he's getting to the bottom of it, because him and I both know when it comes to stolen property, it's either he knew it was stolen or should have known. So he's making a lot more inquiry as to these items, Your Honor. We are asking that the court order community control. I do think it would be appropriate in this situation. Indicate that my client's been very cooperative, very nice to work with, comes in from Chicago. Every time he has a court hearing, no reason to think he wouldn't cooperate with community control sanctions. Obviously, with him being in Chicago, I assume there'd have to be some sort of transfer. Looking at his criminal history, there's not a whole lot there other than there was an F2 that led to an 8-year prison sentence, but you know, that offense was several years ago. I know that my client is employed now again with a new company, is doing well, takes full responsibility for this offense, and that he should have inquired a lot more. I did start to speak with him about some of the details regarding the offense and questions that are coming up, and he may have a little more insight into what actually occurred here. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. McCarroll, enlighten me as to what occurred here.
I got hired to do a job, Your Honor. And,
By who?
I don't be knowing. It's like through a brokerage and dispatched in brokerage. Then I get emailed or have an email, and it says, ask, do you want it? Do you want the load or not? So that was a particular case with this.
Was that through your regular employer or some other thing?
A regular employer.
Okay, who's the regular employer?
At this time.
No, then.
Oh,
Yeah.
D&M Transport.
Okay, who's the one that owns that?
That's a good question, Your Honor. I didn't know.
Wasn't there some woman that owned that place?
No, that's not the same. That's just not the
All
same.
right, wait a
one.
minute. Let's start from the beginning. How do you end up in New York picking up this equipment?
Through, like I was explaining, Your Honor, through dispatch and then a brokerage.
Who dispatched it?
This guy, the name of the guy was David Young.
Who's he? Where's he from?
He was a dispatcher. I think he resides in Texas.
I don't know what the hell's going on here. Who were you working for at the time?
I was under Kevin and Kayla Transport.
Okay, so was that related to that company? The
No.
dispatch related to that company?
No, sir.
What was it related to? Just you individually?
D&M. Basically, I
Who's
received
D&M?
It's David and Michael.
I know, but who are they?
They're transport. It's a company.
Okay, whose truck were you driving?
I was driving Kevin and Kayla's truck, which is Marguerite Pearson.
Okay. And so why were they, so who did they dispatch to? Kevin and Kayla?
No, to me.
Why you? Why would they go through you? Why would they go directly to you instead of this company?
Well, it's like that, Your Honor. You get dispatchers, hundreds of dispatchers, and they call and see who's available to work.
Okay.
Yes.
So you get a call to go to Rochester?
Yes.
Where were you, in Chicago at the time?
Yes, sir.
You regularly cover that kind of distance?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you go to Rochester and are told to do what?
Pick up some equipment
And do what with it?
and bring it and deliver it in Indiana.
Okay. What, were you given the paperwork that said where this was to go to?
Yes, I have pickup information. Then I got a text after that.
Okay, doesn't it say to go to Medina, New York?
That's, where I picked this equipment up, sir, was from a residence. So, it
I
wasn't
thought
at.
this was from Sunbelt Rentals or something.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
So you picked it up at a residence?
Yes.
Whose residence?
I have no idea, Your Honor.
Fuck. Ugh.
I understand it's like that out in the transport world.
All right. So how do you know whose equipment was this?
Sir, I don't know, because a lot of the questions you're asking me, they're good questions, but it's just some things that you don't even know, you know.
In the normal course of your business, you don't know those answers?
No, sir, because right now, just say if I go to my cell, it's probably gonna be some dispatchers that's reaching out to me, asking me about, can I haul freight? Whether it be containers, materials, machines, different things, steel. It sounds weird, but it's not a requirement that you ask, you know, these things about what's what and all that. I know simple things like what does it weigh, where is it going, where the pickup place is, and where it's getting delivered.
Who were you told it was going to Indiana? Who told you that?
The guys at D&M,
The dispatcher.
yes, they sent me a text.
And so you got an address in Indiana. Did you plug that into your phone so you knew, or something that you knew where you were going? GPS?
Yes,
Okay. So you're on your way to Indiana, and what happens?
I caught road troubles with the trailer.
You call what?
Road troubles.
What's
Had a
that?
flat tire, caught a flat tire.
All right. And so where does that happen? What state?
Ohio, sir.
All right. And so what happens when you got the flat tire?
Tried to call roadside assistance, and that was it. Next thing I know, it was a trooper at my
Okay.
window.
Okay. And so what'd you tell the trooper?
Just what I'm telling you right now, Your Honor.
What information did he take from you?
He's got, on his cell, he's got the pickup information from Sunbelt, which my attorney has that. And he also took a picture of the address, of the Indiana address as well,
Took a picture on your phone?
on his phone.
No, he took a picture with his phone of
Yes.
what?
Of the document and the address,
Okay.
the pickup location, and
How do you get paid for that?
through a
If you had
factory
completed,
company.
if you had completed the trip to Indiana and dropped the stuff off, how would you have gotten paid?
Through a factoring company, Your Honor.
Through what?
A factoring company. What happens is, it's through the brokerage. He sends the check through a factoring company, which it automatically deposits it into my account.
Okay. So you got arrested then?
Yes, sir.
Where in Ohio was that?
Somewhere close to here, Painesville,
Okay,
at a rest area.
okay. So isn't this, what's that woman's name? K&K? Who is it?
Kevin and Kayla.
What's her name?
Marguerite Pearson is the owner of Kevin and Kayla LLC, Your Honor.
Okay. And she's saying what? That he was off on a frolic of his own with her equipment?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay.
When I spoke with her, she indicated that the truck that she understood was actually parked at the time, and that she had other orders lined up and wasn't able to fulfill them. According to her, she had no knowledge of any frolic.
So that the property that's alleged to have been stolen is the Sun stuff, right?
The Sunbelt, yes, but also the truck.
Okay, all right. Where do you work now?
L&L Transport, sir.
Do you do the same type of thing for them?
Yes, sir.
So all this information that was obtained by the Highway Patrol, what was done with that? To get to the bottom of this?
Your Honor, I did reach out to the Highway Patrol. They followed up, well, it took some time to follow up. They were not as forthcoming as I would like. In the report, they indicated something a little bit different from what the defendant indicated. they referred to a fellow named George as having been the person who, in fact, ordered or requested for the defendant to go on the tow, Your Honor. But beyond, they also followed up with another phone call with Marguerite Pearson so they could get a better understanding of what kind of loss she incurred from not having had the Dodge Ram truck available to her for other tows, Your Honor.
And did they find out from Sunbelt Rental what was going on here?
To my understanding, they never followed up, Your Honor. I was following up, and Sunbelt Rental at some point said that they had all the information given to me.
I'm no further ahead than I was at the beginning of this case. I did get a victim impact statement from Sunbelt Reynolds in Rochester. It says their property loss is a John Deere, $21,900, Toro something or other, $41,322, a Bobcat, $35,365, another Bobcat, $1,377 for a grand total of $99,964. So that would lead me to believe that they lost all that equipment that was valued at that amount.
It's my understanding, Your Honor, that they were actually able to retrieve all of the equipment that they had reported stolen, Your Honor. When I spoke with Mr. James Gillard of Sunbelt Rentals, I explained to him that anything that would come up at sentencing as far as their losses would be out-of-pocket losses, true losses, not the value of the stuff that they got back, Your Honor. But for example, any sorts of work or rentals that they otherwise would have been able to get without, absent this having happened.
Okay, so they claim in their victim impact statement that an order was placed by Leonese Belizaire with an email of taloconstruction268@gmail.com. Credit account was opened. And that's pretty good business practice by Sunbelt Rental. So they claim there's an implicit loss of revenue, whatever that is, because the equipment was not available for rental while this occurred. Then there's an explicit cost to coordinate with a second branch to have a road technician keep an eye on thieves while finding, I don't know what the hell this is. So it was given some amount for a number of hours, and it doesn't make any sense to me. So I can't, there's nothing I can do for Sunbelt Rentals as far as restitution on something that makes no sense. It's a weird business you're in.
Pardon me?
I said this is a weird business you're in with a lot of loose ends.
It is, Your Honor. I was speaking with
How long
my
have you been in
attorney.
this business?
3 years.
What were you doing before that?
A little mechanic work, sir,
Where?
in Chicago.
What did that involve?
Common stuff, you know, alternators, brakes, transmissions here and there. Going to auto parts stores, making the runs for that.
Do you have a
Air conditioning.
commercial license, driver's license?
No, I do not.
Do you need one for this type of work?
No, not with the trailer that I possess.
Is it your trailer?
Yes,
How long you had that trailer?
about 3 years.
So you live in Chicago?
Yes, sir.
Who do you live with?
My sister.
All right, Mr. Tavanche?
As to sentencing, Your Honor,
Yeah.
defendant is not a prime candidate for CCS. Several felonies, crimes of dishonesty. He has been in prison, I believe, 2 times, and he does live in Michigan.
I have one here.
I'm sorry, he does live in Illinois. Pardon me?
I have a sentence in incarceration from May of 12 until August of 12 until May of 14.
As far as prison,
There's
Your Honor?
something in Texas that doesn't really indicate, it says 8 years in prison, but it doesn't have any, I don't know what that is.
Okay. I was counting that one, Your Honor, so perhaps only the one.
I don't know.
So he has, of course, had prior prison, which defeats the presumption of CCS in this case. But again, he lives out of state. To my knowledge, no sorts of arrangements have been made for CCS to be transferred out there. We would ask the court for at least some jail time, Your Honor.
Well, you know, unfortunately, there's a lot more to this case than what exists right here. I don't know what's going on with Sunbelt Rentals. I don't know why in the world why they're authorizing equipment to be picked up at somebody's house when they don't know who it is that called in. They have no verification on who called in other than what the person said their name was. If it was picked up at Sunbelt, why they would let that go at that point. Why there's an address of Medina, New York, and one in Indiana. We would have these answers had the State Patrol follow it up in an investigation. Then we'd have all the answers, but we don't have all the answers. So I considered a pre-sentence report, the victim impact statement, Mr. McCarroll's statement, counsel's statement. Mr. McCarroll, how many times did you go to prison? Because there's a Florida case here and a Texas case.
He's aware of Texas, but not Florida.
So, all right. I'm going to place you on community control for a year. I served 5 days in the county jail with credit for 5. I'm going to transfer supervision to Cook County, Illinois. However you need to do that, Ms. Henley. And you're going to pay the cost and supervision fees. Anything else, Mr. Tavanche?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Hinton?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
I don't know what went on here. There seems to be a lot more than meets the eye. I don't know what it is, and I guess we'll never know what it is. Anything else, Ms. Henley?
No, Your Honor.
Do you have a question, Your Honor? I apologize. Would you like any reference to PRC made in the JE? Any
Nope.
reference to nothing with regard to violating CCS?
Nope.
Thank you.